So the thing I have to share today, I don't know what it is. If it just doesn't know what it is, like an identity crisis, or if it just flat out doesn't respect your time, I don't know. But I wanted to like it because I'm looking through places like AliExpress and Timu or Temu or however they said you're supposed to pronounce it. That company's going under anyway. Um, it's mostly all the same stuff. You know, it's an emulator device. It may or may not run Android. If it doesn't, it's some other Linux-based operating system. May or may not come preloaded with games. It's got shoulder buttons. It's got joysticks. It's got chargeable battery. Blah blah blah. They're all the same thing, just cut from the same cloth anymore. So I tried to find something different, and for multiple reasons, I think I found it. And it might not be too obvious at first. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the brand name. Trimui, Trimui. I don't know. They don't care probably, so why should you? So this is the Pocket Games Player Trimui Model S. There's a long description there. 628 megahertz processor, the storage, built-in games, yada yada yada. So yes, this comes with ROMs pre-installed, and they flat out advertise it on the box and the listing on the website too. So again, I said this from a previous video. I'm not trying to be, you do what you want, all right? But if you're proactively selling the console with the games on it, in terms of like a legal lawyer standpoint, you're probably asking for it because Nintendo's got lawyers. So you want to shake hands with the grizzly bear, go ahead. So yeah, 15,000 games built in. I'm sure there's actually 15,000. Type C, yeah, it is cool. It does have Type C for charging because it does have a built-in battery. Not much else to the box though, so we'll just do the thing where we yank it out and then laugh at it. There, let's laugh at it. Haha, you're weird. Now, I said let's give it a fair chance, but I think we all see how this video is going to end, right? So, you got your USB-C, which is probably just for power and not actually any data. So probably don't try to use that for data. This is where the microSD card came in. That was in the box like that. And the instructions, which are in surprisingly good English, like introduction, but it's English. I just noticed that. So yeah, but other than that, the English is actually pretty good. It's nothing to laugh at, really. How to use? You turn it on, select the one you want. Multiplayer games. 3-person mode. Interesting. So this talks about multiplayer through the use of a USB-C hub. What? You're going to find multiple people that have this particular, out of all the hundreds of thousands that are out there, they got this particular one, and they happen to have a USB hub to make it work. And I highly doubt this transfers data. I could check, but I probably have better USB-C cables laying around already. We get color screenshots. Look at that. Yep, this is the menu. It does have save states. That is nice. You can add favorites. Firmware included. That is what's included in the box. I'm sorry, that stood out to me right away. They're not firmware updates, they're FireWire updates. Never mind, the text in this is actually pretty funny. Like, setting, just the one. So yeah, this does promise software updates, but I'm not going to bother. Because you know what? Like I've said probably 3 times already in this video, this device is just like all the others. It probably will never, ever have software updates available for it. And it's not because it doesn't like you. It's just because the company doesn't really care. They've got the clock. It has been a while since we had the clock in the video. Anyway, the clock is joining me. I'm going to talk over him. So it looks nice, right? The aluminum, although I don't, maybe it's like a me thing, but I don't like the texture of textured aluminum on my fingernails. It's like a weird, it's like scratching nails on chalkboard. I don't like it. But no, firmware updates. So they're probably never going to have them. And if they do, what, is the firmware update going to include all the ROMs with it as well? Because I don't want to re-download the ROMs, because obviously who's ever downloaded ROMs before? I've never done that. Emulation, what's that? So yeah, I'm not even going to bother. If it doesn't work out of the box, there's 1,000 other devices like you on AliExpress I could probably dig up, so you're not even worth it. It sounds harsh, but it's just the reality. That's the market now. These are everywhere. But this one, again, I picked this one because he actually looks different. And it's not in good ways. Let's just power it on, all right? Here, you go over there. You could be a nice backdrop. Wait. There you go. You're the backdrop. You could sit in the chair because no one ever comes here and sits in the chair. Yeah, it's got to boot up every time. All right. Boot it up. It's interesting because you have game, which is this one particular thing. It's some homebrew top-down RPG thing. I don't know. It's just so random. I'm sure it's lovely. I'm not really an RPG person myself. But these are the games it emulates. So Neo Geo, NES, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Genesis Mega Drive, Master System, PC Engine, and PlayStation 1 and Arcade. Well, yeah, Neo Geo and Arcade. So, you can see it doesn't emulate anything too crazy like Dreamcast or N64, so you can probably get a feel for... You could probably see where the emulation's going. Oh, see, the cat got fed too, so everybody's getting a good time over here today. You eat up, Sam. Yeah, okay, he's good. I guess let's stress test it from the get-go. Let's jump right into PlayStation and see what we get. Because it's really not good. Even if I could really push it with Resident Evil 3, but you know what? Let's give it something a little tamer. Let's go with Mega Man X4. You'll quickly see how this just unravels into a nothing. You're better off just emulating it on your phone. Let that frame rate dictate most of the process here, because the sound quality is fine enough for a speaker that size. Hey, it's better than the one in the Game Boy Micro. Alright, intro had a couple of hiccups, but not too bad. But let's get into the meat and taters. Oh, that's a little skippy. But playable, you know? Oh, that's some choppy. That could just be the FMV, though. I'm gonna say it's the FMV. I'm gonna chalk it up to that. Is this the game with a lot of dialogue? We got this. We're in it this far. We're showing Mega Man X4. This isn't a game I'm not too familiar with, as you could tell. Oh, we got the choppies. Got a little bit of the choppies. Yeah, no. Is it playable? Well, absolutely it is. And we got some vertical sync issues too. When the movement gets a bit much, you get that vertical line separation. Oh, that's a choppy. I don't even know if I'm winning. Am I winning? Leave a comment down below if I'm winning. Blech. All right. So let's say I want to change some settings, right? Maybe tweak the emulator, make it a little more tolerable. There are none. There's save states, volume, and that's it. Other than that, you can go to heck. And that's where this thing really falls flat, because they advertise this as being a certain way out of the box. Plug and play, all your games work lag-free and glitch-free. Is this the device that advertised lag-free and glitch-free? Am I thinking of something else? No, I did look at something that advertised that, though. But this does try to be an all-in-one device, right? Gotta wet my whistle, guys. So it should work out of the box, I would think, especially if you handpick the games that are in here, essentially. Resident Evil 3. Let's give it something more taxing, right? This is gonna have polygons. Wait, do you see how this handles polygons? Booting up. Booty. There. Hit. Okay, well, you guys just cover your eyes for the bad parts, okay? Well, summer's ending, you know. Did you guys do anything interesting for summer? Oh my god. Come on. A little chunky, that's FMV. It's alright. Resident Evil 3, it sure is. Did I have a... I can't remember if I had a... I don't think I had a saved game. Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay. Come on, you. Do not use. I could adjust the white balance, but this game doesn't deserve that. Easy mode, please. Because we've got to play it with this D-pad. Because let me tell you about the D-pad on this thing. It has no center pivot. So you can just press the center in all in one go. Which is awesome. I love that. There's nothing like pressing up, down, left, and right at the same time. That's what I want with my D-pad. I was going to say. Pretty sure I can skip this. Oh, so that's where you went this summer. That sounds fun, you know? You and was it the whole family or just you? Oh, that's a stutter. Is that the Wii Fit trainer? Oh. This is where it becomes a slog. Oh, no. How do I even know I'm doing good? Oh, I accidentally paused. Apparently triangle is pause. I didn't play Resident Evil 3. Oh, no, I think it's circle. Look, the tank controls are fine if you get used to them, but not on this. Not on this. All right. We've shown that it slogs pretty well on the PlayStation. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to do one worse. This one is so bad, I don't know why they put it on here, because this was a horrible example of a game to put on here. Crash Bandicoot. This game's like all polygons. Yeah, I think Resident Evil 3 was a little nice on it, because Resident Evil 3's got some rendered 2D backgrounds. Notice the borders are cut off. I forgot to mention that. Notice the missing borders there? Oh boy, these intros. Skippable, please? I know it doesn't seem that bad, but... No cutscene. Damn it. I do not want... I think we're getting a cutscene, you guys. Oh. Whoop. It. Uh-oh. Oh. This is how it is out of the box. Let's enter a level. Oh God. I don't even know what I'm triggering or doing. Look, I never played this game, alright, but the borders are still cut off. This is just... No, and no settings. Maybe be nice to change the frame rate. Maybe the frame skip, I should say, to get a better frame rate. Nah, not like that for you. You don't get nothing like that. Maybe in a firmware update, as the instructions say, you know. Maybe we'll be nice and give you something one time, you know. But arcade, I did some Mega Man Power Fighters, and it worked fine. It had some pretty bad vertical sync, and the D-pad sucks, but it's totally workable. Famicom... Did you guys notice that? I swear the battery just went up. Look, it's not plugged in, no wires, right? I think the battery just went up in charge. So you never have to charge this thing, because it just charges itself out of the air. Can we get Mario 3? Let's see. Ah, there we go. Scroll faster with the shoulders. S-I-S-H. Almost there. Come on. Come on. Oh, for goodness sakes. There's 1,500 games. Yeah, 1,500 games. Oh, to see the full file name, by the way, in the screenshot that's cut off there, you gotta hit right on the D-pad, and then it goes over. Alright, just to make sure I'm familiar I like how all those screenshots are slightly different aspect ratios. That's cool. There we go. I want it to be accurate where I remember it, at least, you know? Audio's a little crunchy. Kind of sounds like the NES emulation on the Fun key, if you remember that thing. Let's see, are these turbo? Yep, the top ones are turbo buttons because they... these clone consoles love their turbo buttons. It wouldn't be a clone console without turbo buttons. Frame rate is not... The song is ever so slightly slower than it should be. The vertical sync is pretty bad. The screen tearing. This is supposed to be 628 megahertz. Where's my... Okay, yeah. Hold on. Why are you bragging about that? You have 628 megahertz. The GP2 Wiz, or the Canoe that I reviewed like 15 years ago, I think those processors were a third of the power, and they played NES just fine. Look at this thing. You can't tell me that we as a society have not figured out NES emulation by now, because we absolutely have. And this ain't it. Not with this crunchy audio, and the screen resolution is weird. Some pixels are bigger than others for no discernible reason, because the aspect ratio is all off. The screen tearing is horrible. The sound is off. I already said the sound. Whatever. It's so bad I said it twice. I don't know what this is trying to be, because it does set itself apart as being a neat, thin, slim device with a cool aluminum backing, so it's a little more, you know, durable. And the battery life is decent enough. You know, I get at least 3 hours out of this thing. But with the terrible D-pad and the screen issues and all the other emulation issues, again, it just sounds like they don't care. So it begs the question, why should you? Why should you go on AliExpress and buy this out of the hundreds of other things that are running Android 7 and vulnerable to every security flaw in the known universe? It absolutely boggles me. How about Super Mario Kart? Can we get Super Mario Kart on here? Surely you guys put that on here, right? Again, Nintendo, if you're watching, I didn't put these games on here. These came on here. Did I see a Sonic the Hedgehog ROM hack? Because those exist for Super Nintendo. Oh my god, they put the Sonic the Hedgehog 4 bootleg on here. Yep, give me that. This is the one where it was that Speedy Gonzales ROM hack. Hold on, let me turn up the sound. Why not play a bootleg game on a bootleg device? See, now neither Nintendo nor Sega can get mad at me. This game ain't official. Come on. Oh, I forgot about that voice clip. The sound isn't quite the right speed. Yeah, the music is slower than it's supposed to be, but is there less screen tearing on the Super Nintendo emulator? Oh, I got caught in the cage. That's an instant death. I've played this ROM hack before. That music is slow. No spin dash for Sonic. Oh wait, can I do one stationary? Not even stationary, nope. Ain't no spin dash in this Sonic game. Oh my... I forgot they put in this little kit. Hold on, look at this. Amazing sprite work, boys. 10 out of 10. Wouldn't it be funny if the developer from this pirated game way back when's watching this and he's like, oh, he's playing my game. That's good. I don't know. Just like, that's my boy right there. Alright, where was Super Mario Kart? Give me a real game to try. Plus this has Mode 7. This is back when graphics made the game. You know, you weren't playing a good game unless they weren't bragging about the graphics in your face absurdly. It was a weird time. And like these days are much better. Super F, Super G, Super J. How many Super games were on the Super Nintendo? And I don't need that many copies of Super Mario World and Super Mario All-Stars. Those don't count as separate games. Super Mario Kart, here we go. Here you are. There you go. Wait a minute. Huh? You guys saw that on the bottom. It's like hit select and start to bring up menu. That doesn't bring up a menu, but menu brings up a menu. Is this the menu that they're talking about? I'm really confused. Again, they don't care, so why should you? Continue. He says while continuing to play it. Come on, Koopa. There we go. Oh, listen to that frame rate drop. Hold on. Unless this is the PAL version in disguise. Oh, I don't want to do time trials. Get out of here with that. Did that just like load in very glitch-like? Did anyone else see that? Yeah, whatever. Whatever, I guess we're doing time trials. Oh, that countdown's slow. Oh. Oh. No, that's not a PAL thing. Like PAL emulation versus NTSC? No. I'm gonna turn the sound up. Hold on. My face is missing. Only my eyes are down there. You mean to tell me you can't even show a sprite? Power slide, ready? Oh yeah. That was Super Mario Kart. That was basically a launch title for the Super Nintendo. I know it came out a little later, but it's basically a launch title, right? In terms of in the timeline where it came out. This can't handle that. Said it many times before, and I'll say it one last time. They don't care, so there's no reason for you to. This... God, this ended up being, like... I don't remember what this cost, but it wasn't like a $10 thing. It wasn't like a $100 thing. It wasn't even a $50 thing. But what are they going for here? Did they want you to not enjoy this the moment you take it out of the box and play it? I mean, probably. What would they care? Because by the time you hate it, they've already changed their name from Trimui to something else like Gerflonkendoodle, and you can't get a refund from them because the Trimui name is out of business. So what do they care? They got your money. AliExpress. This was a good one. This was a pretty interesting one. Pretty decent identity crisis there. 0 out of 10. Hated it. See ya.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Huge shout out to the people listed here. These are the Patreon supporters that allow me to keep doing what I do on YouTube. Wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. There's a Discord server in the description if you want to join there. And on Twitch, I stream every week on Tuesday. Come hang out with us.